Hello and welcome to this video series on the UC 2013 ESRI and OSIsoft Integration demo. This video series aims to give you a better understanding of the functionality of the demo and also on the architecture. And in later videos we will deep dive into the source code to give you a better understanding of what we did and how you can use it. First of all, a little disclaimer. What we're showing here is really a proof of concept, a demo, and OSIsoft and ESRI are really committed to releasing actual products that will help you integrate both systems, but we are not there yet. So while we are working on an actual product, this demo is really there to give you a better understanding and help you in your researching efforts. So please do not use this in a production environment, but really see it as reference material. If you haven't seen the demo yet, the recording will be up shortly. In the meantime, we are hosting the demo so you can use it yourself. If you go to vcamp.us/UC demo site, this will redirect you to the demo and you can interact with the demo and see what we did. You're also able to download the source code at vcamp.us/UC demo download. This will give you a zip file with the Visual Studio project, and in later videos we will elaborate on the actual project and what's in it and how you can navigate through the project. We've also set up a discussion board on the OSIsoft users community. So if you follow that discussion link, that will take you to our users community. And please leave some feedback. We really want to engage with our customers and partners on how we can make a good product to integrate both systems that really satisfies your needs. Also, please stop by arcgis.com for ArcGIS Online. They offer a 30-day trial subscription if you do not have a subscription already, and you're able to create and use maps and add different layers. And ArcGIS Online is also what we used in this demo. First of all, a little bit on the demo functionality. There are really two key pieces here. First of all, we have a server-side asset or feature synchronization. So what in the PI system we call assets are really what in ESRI terminology would be called a feature. So one part is the server-side synchronization of those two, and the other side is the client-side surfacing of the ArcGIS and PI system functionality and data. What we've shown here can be used in the standard ESRI client tools, but we added functionality to be able to surface the historic data in a web application, and we will elaborate on that further on the video series. First of all, what's in the demo? What's the functionality? And this is a quick listing, and we'll step through these functionalities in this video. First of all, very important, the surfacing of the assets or features as layers on a web map. So that's really the server-side integration. Being able to visualize state, that's standard functionality of an ESRI web map, but according to the values that are associated with a particular asset, different highlights or different symbols can be used to display it on a map. Next to that, being able to visualize the historic data. So for instance, if you select an asset on a map, being able to drill down to the data and visualize that data. Also being able to compare data, but also being able to select assets on a map in a geographical way and compare those assets, see how they behave. Also the filtering of assets. So being able to filter assets or highlight assets based on historical summary data. Also, we've made the link with PI event frames, so you're able to see associated event frames for assets. And of course, the link to PI course site being able to really analyze data for the asset using PyCore and also search for related assets and event frames. So first of all, the surfacing of assets as layers. So what you see here is a web map and web client that we used during the demo. And what you see here is on top that you can select multiple layers and turn multiple layers on and off. In the background, this is really done by selecting based on AF element templates. So for instance, wells are a specific template and trucks are a specific template. And this is how you can turn these layers on and off and really visualize what you are looking for. The next one is visualizing state. So the assets are constantly updated. And on the server side, you're able to use those values to change the symbols of, in this case, of wells. So imagine, for instance, having a data stream for flow rate. You can change the symbols of the wells according to the flow rate and set certain thresholds. And this is all standard functionality of an ArcGIS web map. Next to that, we have the ability to visualize historic data, and this is really where the link between the PI system and ArcGIS comes in. So in this case, the demo shows a web map having wells, and you can select one of the wells and a pop-up will show up with the historic data. And you can also use the above selector buttons to change the time frame that you're interested in. Also, a key piece of functionality of the demo is the ability to visualize movement of non-fixed assets. So in this case, we have a truck, a maintenance truck, and we store all the historical locations in the PI system. And with that, we can visualize them on a map and also play it back or manually see where the asset was at a certain point in time. Another ability of the demo is the ability to do comparisons. So we have a geographical select tools where you can select the assets you're interested in. And with that, we have a pop-up where you can refine your selection and you can select what you're interested in. So in this case, we are interested in the average hourly values over the past day. And we will want to compare these three wells with these three attributes or data streams. And that results in these trends where you can compare how the different assets behaved and how their values differ. So it's really a quick way to analyze assets in the same geographical location. Another piece of functionality is the ability to filter or highlight assets based on values, on historic values and summary values. So in this case, you have the ability to get this pop-up. You select which layer you're interested in. So in this case, we're interested in the wells layer, and we're interested in the flow rate attribute of the wells layer. We select what kind of value type we're interested in. So in this case, we're interested in the average hourly values, and we select the filter based on the average hourly value has to be greater than 250. And we can give it a color. In this case, we choose a blue color, and that results in the assets being highlighted on the map according to the selection you made. Also, if you select a well, you have the ability to browse for the associated event frames. So in this case, there are two differences. The first example are fixed assets. So in this case, a well. And you can look for event frames and select those event frames and drill deep into the information using PyCore site. For non-fixed assets, so for instance, in our demo we have maintenance vehicles. The trips that a maintenance vehicle took are stored as by event frames, and you can see that a little profile of the trip that the vehicle took, and you can show that route or that profile on a map and play it back. So each trip is stored as an event frame that you can select and drill down and really analyze it by course side, or you can place it on a map and see the movement history throughout time. We also talked a little bit about this, but you can select assets and analyze them using PyCourseSide. And with that comes the powerful functionality of also looking for related assets, so related wells, for instance, and by event frames that are associated with that particular well. And this works on the desktop side, but also on the iPad. Other minor functionality, and this is really functionality that is also provided by ESRI and by the web map. That's the ability to turn layers on and off. We already quickly talked about that, but this really allows you to visualize what you're interested in. And if you have many different layers on a map, this really allows you to create an image that you're familiar with and that you can use to analyze the situation. We also offer a quick way of selecting time. So if you're looking at that historic data using that ad hoc functionality, this really easily allows you to, for instance, look for the last hourly values, but also for daily or weekly values. And the demo offers a really quick way to find the asset you're interested in. If you have a lot of assets on a map, it's sometimes difficult to locate that particular asset you're interested in. But in this case, if you are familiar with the name, you can quickly go to it and it will zoom in automatically. With this, we walked through the functionality of the demo. The next video will really discuss the architecture, and we'll also explain how we do this server-side integration and how we service all the data on the client side. Thank you very much.